Hey, how's it going everyone, and welcome to this new side-by-side episode. In this glorious episode, we'll be diving deep down into the lands of Japan and contrasting the Call of Duty World at War on PlayStation 3, Microsoft Xbox 360, Windows PC, PlayStation 2, and the Nintendo DS. Oh, and I guess the Wii. World at War is a first-person shooter that was released in 2008 by Activision and developed by Treyarch. Treyarch started their Call of Duty way back in 2005 with Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1. Then Call of Duty 3 in 2006, and finally right where we are now in the story, 2008 World at War. It's like they really enjoy World War II games or something. Rather they did, because now they just really enjoy Black Ops games. The PlayStation 2 version titled Call of Duty World at War Final Fronts differs significantly from the main versions, which was developed by Rebellion. You might know them from AVP, Midnight Club, Sniper Elite, and The Simpsons game. The Nintendo DS game was developed by N-Space, who used the same game engine as their previous title, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare on the DS. You may know N-Space from Duke Nukem Land of the Babes, Mary-Kate and Ashley's Magical Mystery Mall, and Hannah Montana the movie, The Game. They sure took an odd turn there. Moving back to World at War, this is actually the first Black Ops game, as the characters from this one were carried over into the first Black Ops game. This is also the first Call of Duty game to feature Nazi zombies, which is a story for another time, as it wasn't really looked at as a mainstay in the series and more of a gimmick, but it's a huge part of Call of Duty now. The multiplayer is generally the same as Call of Duty 4 using the perk and ranking system, super addicting and way too much fun and glitchy. Also for the first time, this game features co-op mode with 2-player local split screen and 4 players online. My favorite part of the game is the epic soundtrack, storyline, and the mother-f***ing Kiefer Sutherland.
2 more! Move! Keep your heads down! We're nearly there, keep it together!
And Gary Oldman, he's cool too.
Today is that day.
Love their iconic voices. Let's discuss the frame rate. And oh yeah, I kind of forgot to mention, the 360 version is backwards compatible with Xbox One. And this will be the only time that you see Xbox One, as it's completely identical. There is no enhancements, just to the frame rate, and really not even that, because the 360 runs pretty smooth. PlayStation 3 is pretty much just as smooth as a 360 with some lower dips here and there. Then you get to the Wii, which is 30 frames. But that's a given. I couldn't imagine this game running 60 frames on the Wii. The PS2 likes to stick around 20 to 25 frames, and thanks to MadTech Gaming for supplying these frame rates. Now on to the graphics. In the first shot of the game, you'll see the 3 HD versions have a blur to them, because you, the player, are just coming from a long night of partying. However, the Wii version, you, the player, are completely sober, as your vision isn't blurry at all. Another thing to note here is the Wii version was like, screw your HD graphics brah, my guy has a hat, where's your hat? That's right, you don't have a hat, cause I got one. The Wii port has removed all the shadows, as you can see right here on the wall. When the Japanese dude uses the American's face as an ashtray, the cigarette embers are different on all 4. The Wii is basically non-existent, PS3 is large blurry blurs, 360 seems to just be the PCs but blurry, and PC is dots. Then the blood. All 4 different again, well 3 really, as the Wii is rated PG on this shot. When you see this guy, it seems to me that the PS3 shirt textures are the best. Well, more prominent anyway. The hut you see here is missing the window that I use in the HD versions to shoot the baddies from. This is the only level difference that I'd noticed, but I'm quite sure there's tons more. I'm showing this part to showcase the lack of texture quality that is present on the Wii. I mean, I'm shocked they got this game to run on the Wii at all, but man, this looks like, just like bad graphics. The 3 HD versions are so near identical that I'm going to just pretty much nitpick here. It's all I really have. PS3 shadows are pretty jaggy and the other 2 are nice and smooth. But I do believe the PS3 arm looks better than both of these. It shows more detail. Let's shake this video up a bit. On this attempted assassination, the PS3 version is extremely blurry at first. When it clears up, you see all 3 Japanese soldiers are different, probably a randomly generated thing, but still worth noting. Then when he gets capped in the head,
Like boom, headshot!
pretty much drops it like it's hot on the Windows version and goes slow-mo on the 2 console games. Looking just at the Wii for a second, in this scene these buildings are supposed to explode. You hear the bangs, but you don't see anything. Now look what it's supposed to be.
It better not be.
Now that is some Michael Bay shit right there. Now I want to look at the PS3 vs 360 for a moment, since that's really what it's all about here. I do believe the clothing texture on PS3 is better. Some may say it's too much, and I'll show another example in a second. But first, the wall texture here on the 360 is way better, as it's very blurry on the PS3. Here is another example. I do still think the PS3 has better clothing textures. The differences are so minimal that I'm having a hard time finding any differences at all. But look, the explosions are different on the mountain. They're a little bit more blurry on the PS3. Going back and forth, you can see a little bit more differences, like the small land here and the waves a bit. Did I mention the PS3 clothes textures looks better? Okay, so let's look at the Wii version again. I just wanted to show you the lack of water effects. It doesn't even look like they're underwater. And then when you get grabbed out of the water, you just sort of appear above it. Looks really bad. Here, watch it full screen.
Drop the ramp! I got you, Miller. You're still in one piece.
Who does the best headshot? Let's bring in all 4. I'm actually pretty shocked the Wii still includes the brain bits, but it did omit the gaping hole in the head though. Dude, where's the PS2, man? Well, as stated before, it is a different game. Did I state that before? I think I did. But let's compare it to the Wii graphically. The PS2 is very comparable to the Wii, but it is a bit worse. It has screen tearing and worse aliasing. The texture quality does seem to be the same though, and the frame rate is a lot slower. Alright, cool. Now I can say I compared it. The DS version. It sucks, it's terrible, don't play it, move on. Now, before I go, I want to compare one more level with the 4 main ones again. On this level, the unit walks through a swamp, and on the Wii, you can't see the water at all. But later, you do kind of see that there's a thin layer of it, but it's pretty useless as you never really see it. But in all honesty, it's pretty impressive the Wii was able to squeeze in all these trees. It's just as lush and full as the HD counterparts. As for the HD counterparts, they all look too damn close to pick a winner. I bet that if I didn't have any labels, you wouldn't even know which one is what. Well, this was a very hard game to compare, but I hope you enjoyed it still. Let me know in the comments some other side-by-sides you want. Until next time, take it easy. Hit that like, subscribe, comment, share, and see you later.